Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the Algebra 1 concept of solving quadratic equations. This is standard A.8A in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 7 off the 2017 released STAAR test. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So we have the total number of seats in auditorium. We have this quadratic equation here. X represents the number of rows of seats, and how many rows are there if it has a total of 416? So that's going to be our f of x. So we can just say 2x squared minus 6x equals 416. X is the number of rows, so we're solving for x. Okay. Well, we've got a few options here. We could start by completing the square. My suggestion would be to first divide both sides by 2. It's a lot easier when this a right here in front of the x squared is just a 1 or just not there. So we're going to call that x squared minus 3x equals, and then that's going to be 208. We're going to leave a little room there because we're going to complete the square. So what does that mean? Well, what we do is we're looking for x plus a squared. We want to get it to look like that. So if we were to FOIL that out, that's going to be x squared plus 2ax plus a squared. So we're going to say this negative 3x is in that 2ax position. So negative 3x equals 2ax. Let's solve for a. 2x. So that's going to cancel itself out. So a equals negative 3 halves. All right, so a squared, right, is going to be negative 3 halves times negative 3 halves. So that's going to be plus 9 fourths. We can't just add 9 fourths to one side, so we're going to have to add 9 fourths to both sides. All right. So now we can say this looks like this, which means we can easily turn it into that. So we're going to say x squared minus, our a is 3 halves. Let's make the squared on the outside there. And then it's the 208. Let's see, that's actually going to be 210 and 1/4. Okay? Now, let's just take the square root of both. If we take the square root of both, let's see, it's going to be x minus 3 halves, which is what we're looking for. And then square root of 210.25 is going to be 14.5. It's going to be plus or minus because both would work. And since it's a real situation here, right, we're not going to take the minus. We're just going to take the plus. So let's get rid of that because you can't have negative seats. So if I want to solve for x, I just need to add 1.5 or 3 halves to each side. So x equals 14.5 plus 1.5 is what that is. It's going to equal 16. All right, so that is one way to do it. The other way to do it would be the quadratic equation, right? So it is the negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Now we need to bring this 416 over, so that's going to be minus 416 equals 0. And then let's plug in the numbers here. So I've got a negative b. b is negative 6, so it's just going to be 6 plus or minus negative 6 squared, that's 36, minus, and that's going to be a minus 416, so I'll make that a plus. 4 times 2a, which is 8 times your 416. Over your 2a, which is 4. So let's see, 8 times 416 is going to be 3,328 plus 36 equals 3,364. Square root of that is going to be 58. So it's 6 plus or minus square root of 58 over 4. And you can finish the rest out yourself. We're going to get the same answer, D, 16.